part would you have us put? Kathleen, how about a roll call?
Commissioner Blanco,
Here.
Commissioner Mohajer,
Here.
Commissioner Seifert.
Here.
Commissioner Lopez is absent. Chair Dickerson.
Here. Thank you very much. Let's do the approval of the minutes for July 16th. Has everyone had a chance to read them over? And if there are no comments, I need a motion.
I believe I'll recuse on that.
Okay.
I'll have to abstain. I wasn't here, Chair.
Okay. Do you want to,
I'll move to approve.
and I guess I will second.
Okay.
Yep. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed and abstentions?
Abstain. I abstain.
I abstain.
Thank you. Then we'll move on to the public comment period. Speakers may provide public comment on any matter within the subject matter jurisdiction of the commission. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes, maximum 15 minutes for public comment period. Unless a majority of commissioners object, the chair may provide speakers more or less time to speak. All comments or queries shall be addressed to the commission as a body and not to any specific member thereof. Let's see, it seems to me we have someone, but they're going with a specific item. Does anyone wish to speak on items not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, then we will go on to the public hearing, and we will start off with 5A. Bless you. 5A, Park Edge Mixed-Use Plan Development and Conditional Use Permit Time Extension at 2770 Santa Maria Way. Can we hear from staff?
Good evening. Thank you, Chair Dickerson. I'm Cody Graybell, Senior Planner with the City, and I'll be presenting this proposed 2-year time extension for the Park Edge Mixed Use Project at 2770 Santa Maria Way. The project site is at the southeast corner of Miller Street and Santa Maria Way, and it has a frontage on Sunrise Drive as well. It's currently vacant, includes 2 parcels, and is 7.5 acres in size. And it's surrounded by a mix of residential and commercial development, as well as a park. There's 2 zoning designations, commercial and residential at the site. They include the R3 zone, which is high-density residential, and the C2 zone, which is general commercial, and there is a planned development overlay at the property. And the site is surrounded by residential, commercial, and open space zoning. The project is mixed use, and it does include both residential and commercial development. The residential component is for 140 apartment units that are located at the back part of the property in 8 different buildings here. And there also is a clubhouse at the middle of the site for the tenants that includes a pool and various amenities. And then at the corner of the site, there is a multi-tenant commercial building that also includes a drive-through. The Planning Commission approved this project on June 15th, 2022, and the permits became effective on July 1st. Permits are valid for 3 years prior to expiring if no building permits are issued, and the applicant tonight is requesting to extend the permit expiration date by 2 years to July 1st, 2027. There are findings that have to be made by the Planning Commission for the extension, and they are that there's been adequate due diligence to implement and complete the permit, or that there are significant economic factors that justify additional time. In this case, the applicant has applied for and achieved approval of building permits. They've also recorded a lot merger and lot line adjustment that were conditions of approval of the project. And current economic circumstances, including the cost of goods and services, was another reason cited by the applicant for the extension. So for these reasons, staff does support this request to extend the expiration date of the permit to July 1st, 2027. So in conclusion, staff recommends the Planning Commission take the following action. By motion, approve permit amendment A 2025-003, granting a 2-year time extension for the plan development permit PD 2020-0008 and conditional use permit U 2020-0012. And staff is now available for questions, as is the applicant. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. Questions for your staff this time?
No, Chair, but I have no expertise on this item either.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
We do need to ask about ex parte communication. Is there any? No, thank you. Appreciate the reminder. Do you have any questions for staff at this time? All right. If the applicant would like to present, they certainly can. No, Lori? All right. Then, so given that, I will go ahead and bring that back to us. There are no questions of public and the comments. Okay, any comments by the commissioners? You want to start?
Certainly. Thank you, Chair. We saw this project. It's a good project. I've been waiting for it to start. I wondered why it hadn't broken ground yet. I see the letter from this man, from Damon Porter. The fees are incredibly high, so I'm sure that's put a stop to some of his movement. He's got to probably find some new funding. When you read about this increase by nearly 30%, and a $1 million supplemental water fee that was not in his original performer, that's certainly a problem for him. So I don't see any problem moving forward with this extension. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Further questions, comments? Commissioner?
I'll agree with my fellow commissioner. I think that given the economic circumstances, as Commissioner Seifert mentioned, and including the cost of goods, and just the reflective due diligence that the applicant has made in the process, I'm comfortable with the extension.
Yeah, I concur with both comments. I think I remember seeing this a few years back. I thought it was a good project. I'm hoping that they can still move forward. I understand the challenges, so I think it warrants an extension, so I definitely support that.
I'll also be supporting it, but I would, and for the reasons that the other commissioners stated. I remember this project as well. The only squirrely part about it was the bifurcation of the parking between the two. You know, there's that slim isthmus there that connects the two, but we went through that and won't rehash that. Can I just ask from staff that since they put this project originally through us, so there's been a 30% increase and their water bill went up? Was it, did you say $1 million?
Let me get back to that letter. It was from Damon Porter. He said that the PG&E is no longer offering credits or allowances on the projects that include gas, and they're because of the PG&E fees have increased by 30%, which are very substantial on a project this size. This is my words now. That are very substantial on a project this size without the 30% increase. And then he said that there's somewhere in here he's got a $1 million supplemental water fee that was not in their original performa. So this is coming right from the developer that we.
So the water fee would be from us or from the state, whereas PG&E, Lori?
I can
maybe?
answer that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Lori.
Go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Lori Tamura with Urban Planning Concepts. And the Park Edge project is actually located in the Golden State Water District. Although it is in the city of Santa Maria, the service for water is provided by Golden State. It's similar to the Skyview Homes project, and all of those south of Miller Street are in the district. So the project does need to purchase an allocation of water from the city of Santa Maria, but they also have to work with Golden State. So there's two water entities that they need to work with, and there are some additional costs associated with that have been challenging.
I see. And Lori, if I might just ask questions, I mean, you're looking at a 2-year extension, and in the last 3 years, you've seen not only the increase in the water, but you've seen certain credits go away, which increase the cost. Is there some magic thing you see out there in the next 2 years that costs aren't going to go up, that instead they're going to go down and allow this project to move forward?
One of the biggest challenges that development throughout the state and the country have had is interest rates. And, right now, the interest rate is somewhere around 5.5%, but for developers, it's got an added kick to it, as well as going through the financing process on doing site work, and then you do your stick-built, and then you have to get additional loans, and interest rate. I mean, not interest rates, but insurance. So there was a number of things that are happening out there in the industry that have made it challenging. And we're optimistic with some of the things that have come down from the federal level as well as through the state, that housing is a priority and some additional funding may become available. And in the meantime, the applicant has pursued all of their permits and are ready to move forward. It's just coming together with the loan packages and everything else.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you guys. Staff, did you guys have any additional comments on either questions or anything, or no?
No.
Okay. If nobody has anything else, I think we need a motion.
I would so move, Chair.
Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second the motion.
Okay. Can I get a roll call?
Commissioner Seifert,
Aye.
Commissioner Blanco,
Aye.
Commissioner Mohajer,
Aye.
Chair Dickerson.
Aye. Good luck.
Yes. Thank
It's
you.
a challenging financial time. Okay, we are going to move on to 5B, One Life CrossFit Fitness Facility Conditional Use Permit at 2627 Skyway Drive, Suite B. I see Frank has moved into the hot seat.
Thank you, Chair, members of the commission. This is a conditional use permit request for a gymnasium facility in an industrial zoned site. The applicant, One Life Fitness LLC, wishes to establish a CrossFit gym in a 6,000 square foot tenant space in an existing building in a planned development M1 light manufacturing district. CrossFit facility currently operates at 2530 South Broadway and is looking to expand into a larger space. The site is an acre-sized parcel within the Fair Sky Commerce Center at the southwest corner of Fairway and Skyway. The site itself is outlined in the yellow there on the graphic, and the pink indicates the Commerce Center site. And that center is comprised of 7 buildings with almost 140,000 square feet of floor area. And as you can see, it has developed landscaping, parking, and there is a reciprocal parking access easement over the entire site. Tenants such as the Tri-Counties Regional Center, Mercy Church, Lifeway Fellowship Church occupy the center currently, along with other industrial uses such as Preet Corporation, which develops orthodontic implant parts. As you can see, the site is zoned PDM1, as is all the other surrounding properties. You have to go to the north side of Fairway to see a change in the zoning. Here's the site itself where the proposed gym is going to be located. The Lifeway Fellowship Church currently owns the building, which is 1,600 square feet overall, approximately. 16,000, excuse me. The proposed fitness facility is going to occupy approximately 6,000 square feet of that. There are 50 parking spaces on the site, and the church and the fitness facility propose to share those parking facilities, and I'll go into that in a little bit later. So here's the existing floor plan on the left and the proposed floor plan on the right. The current tenant space is an open floor plan with some offices on the northern side. This application, for the most part, just converts one portion of that office space into the required men's and women's restrooms, and those are required by building code. And on the right-hand side of the tenant space, you can see that's where the Lifeway Fellowship Church will remain as a tenant. So in terms of the parking, our code allows for consolidated parking where more than one use can share a parking field as long as that parking field provides sufficient parking to meet the demands of both uses. And that is the case here because of the different times the church and the gym will be operating. For the most part, the gym operates Monday through Saturday, different times, but throughout the day, from the morning hours to the evening. And the church has more limited hours during the week. Their primary operation happens on Sunday, but they do have some classes Tuesdays and Wednesdays starting at 5:30 p.m. and also on Saturdays early morning. So the combined total of the church and the gym operating together would occur on Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, and during the early morning on Saturday. And that demand during those most impacted times would be for 39 spaces based on the 39 individuals combined that will be at the site at that most impacted time. Therefore, it does conform to our section 12-32.22 and the consolidated parking provisions. This facility is in the M1 district. Gymnasium facilities are not specifically called out as conditional uses or permitted uses in the M1. However, our code also permits the commission to find that a use falls within the purpose of the zone, will not be more obnoxious or detrimental to the public welfare, and are compatible with adjoining uses. As I mentioned before, there are some other uses already in this complex that have a similar nature where they do have a limited clientele that comes to and from the sites for their services. Additionally, in the past, there have been other similar uses to a gymnasium. Dance studio, for instance, was approved through use permit U 2010-25. And prior to that, there was the King's Ballroom Dance Studio at the same location. So this use has been determined to be similar to the Tri-Counties Regional Center, Mercy Church, Lifeway Fellowship Church, and there's also been other gymnasiums allowed in the M1 zone through prior action. This allowance will only be for this site under this particular permit with this particular applicant, however. So with that, the staff recommends the Planning Commission by motion find that this gymnasium use is similar to the other uses permitted through conditional use permits in the M1 zone, and then approve the conditional use permit U 2025-004. And that concludes my presentation. I'm available for questions, and the applicant is also in the audience.
Thank you very much, Frank. Let me start off by asking, has there been any ex parte communication with any of the commissioners?
I've had none.
I've had none.
No, myself, all right. Why don't we hear from the applicant, if there's a presentation you'd like to give?
Hi guys, I'm Sean Jones. I'm the owner, one of the owners of One Life CrossFit, and I just wanted to thank you for hearing us. I wanted to thank the staff for putting together the presentation and for helping us through this process. This is not a process that I have been through before, and I've certainly needed a lot of help, and I've received a lot, and so I want to be appreciative of that. I'm happy to answer any questions about our business. I'll say that our mission is fitness for all. We've seen a lot of really good growth in our business as far as numbers, but also just health markers. Hugely. We've seen people get off their meds. We've seen people get lower their ApoB. We've seen strength increases. It's been really inspiring and really great. This opportunity gives us the ability to bring more to those individuals and also expand our offering to more people of Santa Maria and bring fitness there. So I just wanted to say thank you for considering, and I'm available for any questions. I also would like to introduce Daniel, who's the pastor, Lifeway Fellowship. He'd like to say a few words too, if that's all right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you again for considering this conditional use permit. It's an opportunity not only to help us as a landlord and in the business or ministry that we have, but also to continue that mission by working with a group like OneFit that actually is going to help people to be better. So I'm here as a representative of the church and the owner of the building if there's any questions for us as well.
Thank you. Is there any questions for the applicant? Commissioner?
Yeah, Sean, how does CrossFit set up its programs? Is it class-based? Is it personal training? I've never been to a CrossFit gym. How does that work?
Yes, we do both. So CrossFit specifically is a methodology in training. It's a combination of how we perform our movements and the exercise that we prescribe, essentially. We can do it on a class basis. We can also do it in a private training situation. Right now, the majority of our business is class-based. So we run classes from 5 a.m. till about 6:30 p.m. It's our last class. The majority is beginning of the day and end of the day. Most people are at work during the day, and so our middle of the day classes are, we either aren't offering them or they're at lighter attendance. But we also do private training, and actually by getting into the larger space, this should allow us to do a bit more of this custom, private one-on-one instruction, which we're enthusiastic about. Right now, we are unable to do it because we're in 2,000 square feet of space, and we have a class running. There's nothing else going on. So this provides us that opportunity.
What's the average size of a class?
Right now, we actually cap our classes at 16, and that's pretty close to our average. Right now, our average is just sub 15 or just sub 16, based on the middle of the day classes. So we're probably around 12, 13 on average.
And that's one instructor per class?
That's one instructor per class.
And you guys still do all that crazy stuff I see on TV?
We do crazy stuff, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. That's it for me, Chair. Thank you.
Commissioner?
The only question I had for staff was, so the interior modifications that are made, the code modifications, is it just the restroom or is there something else?
There's other access way improvements that were being checked by our building division and our staff at the fire department. But they both, fire department and building division, concluded that the concept plans were far enough along to where we could move forward, and anything that came up, they could resolve through building permits.
Good. That's it. Thank you.
Commissioner?
Thank you, Chair. Quick question for the applicant. So the purpose is to expand the business. Are you also going to be retaining the existing space that you have, or are you going to be?
We will not be retaining the
Okay, so this would be the primary move.
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Correct,
Thank you
yeah.
for that clarity. And then, quick question for staff. Is there any near street parking that could supplement? I know Skyway's a pretty fast way, so I just wanted to confirm.
Thank you for the question, Commissioner. There is no street parking. There is some street parking on Air Park, but the other aspect about this facility is, again, that the entire facility has shared parking. Mm-hmm. So if there were ever an occurrence where the church and the gym, for whatever reason, had an unscheduled event mm-hmm. and more people were parking, the tenants of this building also have the ability to park onto the adjacent sites within the center.
Okay, Perfect, yeah, and they also seem to be pretty great in terms of communication with one another, so that's a plus. Okay, that was all for me.
Okay, thanks. I'm sorry.
I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Chair.
Go ahead.
Frank, you said something that, about the conditional use permit for this project is just for this site and just for this applicant?
The finding that this use is similar in this instance, and therefore the Planning Commission can process a use permit for this applicant for this use, is specific to this site. We could always make it based on specific findings on another situation that would be similar, and as I mentioned, we have in the past to allow gyms in the M1 zone. But since it's not specifically listed in our code,
Okay.
that's the first finding that needs to be made. And that's what's specific to just this action.
Thank you for clearing that up, Chair.
Sure. Mr. Jones, I think you said that the current location, you have, how many people do you normally have in a class? 16?
At max, yeah.
At max 16. So you'll be able to expand the class sizes and numbers at this new facility, I assume?
Correct.
Yeah, to what?
Well, what our intentions are is to actually keep, to run multiple programs at it simultaneously. So this would allow us to maybe increase our CrossFit program attendance by, we'll see once we get in, start operating space, but we're anticipating probably around 20 in a single class per one coach. But additionally, we will be able to utilize another half of the space to run another program of approximately 8 to 10, something like that.
So about 30
simultaneously.
people, and then one or two people running each one?
One person running each one, so two coaches.
Okay, so
simultaneously.
it's about 32 right there.
Yeah.
My concern is parking, once again. I mean, if you're looking to expand into this area, I'm not so much concerned on the impact of the landlord. They've made that choice. But I'm wondering about if you can go back to that, the image you had up here a moment ago that showed the properties. The other one, the one you just had up.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm curious, what are the businesses at 2625, and then 2617, 2615? And my curiosity is that if you end up having spillage into, I understand that it may or may not impact the church, but once again, they're the landlord and that's their decision if they want to do that. But if it impacts the church and then it spills over to 2026, 25 or 15 or 17, then you're impacting them, and that's my curiosity.
Thank you, Commissioner. And if I may just switch to the next graphic.
Sure.
As I noted, there are 50 spaces on this particular parcel. The calculations we used to analyze the fit of this proposal was that the classes would have 24 people in the gymnasium at any one time. So even if it does go up to 30, Monday through Saturday, for the majority of the time, the gymnasium will be the only facility open on this site. In other words, the Lifeway Church will not be using any parking spaces. So assuming each person drove themselves single occupancy vehicle to the facility and you had 30 people attending at any one time, there would still be 20 additional spaces on this parcel itself to accommodate any overflow of parking.
You had an image that showed what the times were, or maybe I was reading it.
Yes, as an attachment D to the staff report, it's a graphic that the applicant produced.
Yeah.
The green blocks are the estimated times the church will be using the facility. And you can see where the green and the orange overlap. So again, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, and then Saturdays during the morning hours.
I think there's a good chance we're going to get into more than 50 on those times that they overlap. If you're already dealing with 32 people in the new business, I imagine that there are at least 18 people that are going to wander around at some point at a space that is roughly,
Well, the
1.5
other
times that
aspect of
size.
this is, as well, is that, again, the most impacted hours are going to be Tuesday and Wednesday evenings after work
Right.
hours.
Do we know what those other businesses are?
I don't have them offhand. I don't have the specific locations of the other ones that I had mentioned. I know there is an additional church in the facility. The Tri-Counties Regional Center is located at the 1234 address, so closer to Fairway. I know we have an architect, engineering offices in the 2624 building, which is along Air Park. And I believe the church, and I don't want to guess, but the church is to the north of this facility. I know that.
Okay.
The 2601 building, which is at the intersection of Skyway and Fairway, was where the dance studio, the two different dance studios had been approved for use permits. And then I believe that 2601 building is where the other church is. Preet Corporation is likely the occupant of the 2625. And again, they produce orthodontic implant
Okay.
units.
So probably not evening work then.
I'm not certain.
Well,
but
not certain.
Unlikely.
Could be some sort of weird slave labor thing going on. I see. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, did you have an additional?
I was just going to tell you that the Mercy Church is at the far top right corner.
2601?
Yeah, I can't, my eyes aren't good enough to be able to see the numbers, but the top right and right, the building just to the west of us, that first, they're a vineyard or a wine company. Thank you. The 2625 is a wine storage right now.
Oh,
And
all
then right across from us is the engineer group that he was talking about. So
Okay.
that if that gives you more information, that's who they are. I
It
see
does.
them every
I
day, so.
appreciate it. No, it doesn't look like there's additional impacts. I mean, since it's going to be evening work and stuff. I was just concerned that as they increase their classes, that there's going to be, CrossFits and athletic places tend to take up an awful lot of parking, and so do churches when they're doing their thing. It's a weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If I may, if it gives you any peace of mind, our most popular hours are usually before anyone else is awake. 5 a.m., 6:15 a.m. are our most impacted classes. From then on, it trickles down to maybe 75%, even by 8:30, 50% by noon.
Good
from-
Lord,
from that.
your most popular times are my least popular times as
Yes.
a
Yes.
human being.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Yes.
just to do anything, just to be awake.
Precisely, yeah, precisely. So that's you people try to get their workouts in before they go to work or after. Things pick back up a little bit in the
So when I shake
evening.
my head and look at you and I go, Jesus, how does he get there? Well, it's because he's up like 2 hours before I am
5
actually
a.m.,
busting his
5 a.m.,
ass.
that's
I see.
right.
That's fine. All right, I have no further questions. Let's see. What? Look at that. Jeez, the insubordination. It's horrible. It's horrible. We had the applicants have questions from commissioners. Is there any additional? I have a speaker slip from Lori. Well, Lori, would you like to do this? And I don't think we have any other speakers.
Good evening, Lori Tamura. I just would like to speak in favor of this project. We own the building on the southwest corner of this complex, and the relationship that we've had with the two churches that are there and the current businesses, we don't have a parking problem because they are off hours to our situation. Ironically, when C&D Aerospace was full board, that was our parking war, was with them, because they were parking along Auto Park Drive as well as into our complex and taking advantage of the parking that was available. But at this point, with the level of operations that they're at, we are not having that same problem. And I would hope that the Planning Commission would support this. I think I may become a client. Because it's more convenient for me.
At 5 a.m.?
I'm there at work at 5 a.m. So anyways, I wanted to just speak in favor of this project and hope you move forward with it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And if you have any parking problems, no whining. You're not going to come back to us whining about it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, any other public comments? No? Okay. Then questions of the public or the applicant from commissioners? I think we had questions, but if anybody has any further questions? No? Let's close the public hearing and any discussions, motions, that sort of thing. Anybody would like to do? Commissioner Seifert?
Thank you, Chair. I could see a thing here, workout and worship. You could kind of combine the two on the Sundays, get a group going there. I think that would be a really cool thing for you. I'm familiar also with the site, and the parking has never been an issue lately, and especially at this area. And I was one of the people that actually used King's Ballroom. I took dance lessons there. Yeah, no, not on ballroom dancing. Now, on country dancing, I do okay, but the ballroom, it just wasn't really my thing. So it was very difficult. But we had a specific thing that we were training for, and we did it, and it came out great.
Oh, that's cool.
But I actually have used that particular property, so I don't see any issues with this. I think we need fitness. We need guys like yourself helping people out. The more people that get fit, the better off for everybody. So I have no issue with this project.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's very complimentary to the area. It makes a lot of sense, and for the use in the area and the other businesses around it, I think it seems like it's going to work out pretty well. And we got a good testimonial from other neighbors. So, yeah, WW, that's interesting. WWE, you want to add an E to that? And make it like wrestling?
I think that's Commissioner.
Okay, I won't use that then. Find another one. But I guess that would sabotage the whole parking thing if you did that. So maybe that won't happen.
That could be fun.
If you combine them on the same day. But no, honestly, though, I think it's great. I totally support fitness. I think it's great for the community. The more options that we have, the better. So I support the project.
Commissioner?
Thank you, Chair. I'm just going to say that I do also support the project. I think that there's a great harmony amongst the businesses that are already there, and I think that they're working together to ensure that congruency. Also, pushing health is important to the community, and I'm happy to hear that the business is expanding, so you can do that. And yeah, I think it's an appropriate applicant for this area, so I support it.
Thank you very much. I also support it. I had my concerns about the parking, which you've addressed, and like I said, the fact that the landlord who's adjacent to you is fine with it, that's great, and that the other businesses don't seem to conflict is also good. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm supportive as well. So with that being said, we need a motion. Would someone like to do that?
I would happy to move make that motion, Chair.
Okay.
I would move that the Planning Commission by motion approve conditional use permit U2025-004.
And do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
All right. Kathleen?
Commissioner Seifert?
Aye.
Commissioner Blanco?
Aye.
Commissioner Mohajer?
Aye.
Chair Dickerson?
Aye. Congratulations.
All right.
Good luck to you. Okay, let's go on to the regular business oral reports from Planning Commissioner and staff.
Nancy, you have helper here today? What's going on? Well, I hope you enjoy it as much as Nancy does, and then we hope to see you again.
See, two different ways of looking at this thing. I expressed how sad it was that Nancy has roped her in to things she could be doing, and she could be doing this time in her life and having fun.
Chair, we need more people to attend the meetings. Look at
We got we got Nancy. I mean, that's good enough. I guess, I don't know. Can we hear from staff? Please get me out of this.
Absolutely. Good evening, commissioners. I do have a few updates for you this evening. So first of all, just to go over the upcoming schedule, there is a study session tomorrow at 1:30 at Shepherd Hall in the library. We have 2 items on the agenda tomorrow. One of them is phase 2 of the Seaside Packing project that's over on La Brea. Your commission approved it, I think, a year or 2 ago, and they've built phase 1, and now they're coming back to do phase 2 of that project. So we'll have a study session on that. And then the second item is a new Hyundai auto dealership that is over in the Enos Ranchos area where the other auto dealerships are located. And so we're going to talk about that as well. So just giving you a heads up, there's 2 items. I'm fairly certain we can make it through both items within the hour and a half, but I did want to mention it. On August 20th and the 21st, we do not have any items scheduled for those dates, so I'm anticipating that those will be canceled unless something came up. We had them reserved in case an item tonight needed to be continued, but both of those were approved. So I'm thinking fairly certain that the 20th will be canceled and the 21st. September 3rd, there are 3 items anticipated that day, so definitely plan on a hearing on September 3rd and also study session September 4th. We're going to have the general plan update coming back to you September 4th, and also September 18th is reserved for the general plan. An update on the general plan, we are expecting to release the public draft general plan by the end of next week for public review. Also, the environmental impact report will be going out for a 45-day public review period next week with the public draft. So we're going to release both documents at the same time, and the public will have 45 days to look at everything. During that 45-day timeline, we're also going to have a couple of public meetings, a public orientation or working session at Shepherd Hall on August 20th. And that'll be in the evening at 5:00 p.m. And then we're going to do an online public meeting on it on August 19th. And that's just going to be on Zoom online. And we're looking at, I think, 1:30 p.m. for that. But all of those dates will be set and finalized next week. They'll be on our website. We'll also do a news release. And then we have an email list that we send out a notice to everyone as well. But I just wanted to mention it here in case, so you would all know that that's going on, and in case anyone in the public is watching.
I'm sorry, did you say there is going to be a session on the September 17th? Or is it just a study session?
So the
on 18th?
hearing, we don't have anything scheduled for the hearing of the 17th yet. But the study session September 4th and the study session September 18th, I've reserved both of those dates for the general plan update. I thought it would be good to do 2 study sessions with you just because there's a lot of material to go over. And the next step after September 18th would be to bring it to you for a hearing for a recommendation on adoption. Okay. So we're getting close to finalizing the project there.
Okay, thank you.
And also, I had heard that you wanted a quick update on the old Costco building.
Please.
So there is a furniture land business that has been approved to go into a portion of the old Costco location. The overall size of that building is around 131,000 square feet. The furniture land is going to be located in around 87,000 square feet of that. And then so the remaining area, which is about 13,000 square feet, will be available for, that's for like a back of house storage area. And then there's an additional 43,000 square feet that would be available for separate tenants in the future. There were some, through building permits, there were some facade improvements that were approved. And that's what you're seeing where there's a little bit of a, kind of a bump up in the roof line of the building. They're going to be painting it and doing some other facade improvements to it.
Is that the two towers you're talking about?
Yeah, it looks, it's come together now though, so it kind of goes up and over. If you all wanted to, it's not agendized, so if you wanted to meet with us separately, we could show you the plans if you're interested in looking at
Could I just
that.
ask you, height-wise, is it this, does it crest above that center portion?
It goes above the existing roof line, but it doesn't go, I think, much taller than the other towers that are on the eastern or the, what is it, the northern side of the building. There are
but
some
taller?
towers where Trader Joe's is. This is fairly in line with that, but it's not a tower element. It's more of a archway type thing.
But it is or is not taller than any other element of that building?
Mr. Alvarez telling me it's slightly taller.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah.
Thank you. It just seemed taller, and you seem to kind of be dancing around it.
No, it's just Mr. Alvaro has probably more details about the exact height differences. I'm looking at a plan, it doesn't look much taller at all than what those towers that are there.
And that sort of thing does not normally, obviously, it does not normally need to come before us if such a prominent building is having a large item put on that's taller than the other elements of it?
So that fell under the zoning administrator section of our code. There's a portion of the code that says that zoning administrator, meaning the director, can approve some modification, exterior modifications to buildings, and so.
I thought it was up to a certain square footage, but. Okay.
Yeah, and so it didn't actually rise to the level of having to come to your commission for approval.
Yeah, I'm just curious, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And they got to do something that's a lot of furniture. I mean, you really want to be seen from the freeway. You want people to know you're there, I'm sure.
Well, it's all that big furniture. It's only like 4 pieces.
That's a lot of square foot.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's big. I don't think I'll be here on the 18th.
Dana?
And, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, thank you. I'm going to be gone the 3rd and the 4th on my honeymoon. I'll be in Alaska, so.
Okay, thank you for that.
There was so
Okay.
much name dropping there. You know, I'll be going on my honeymoon and Alaska.
Well, I think it helps that we'll have 2 separate study sessions then, so you can attend the 18th and hopefully you can attend on the 4th and
Yes, I'll be in
then
town.
still have some, get the information so that you're prepped for when we bring it to the public hearing.
Okay,
I'll
thank
be
you.
in California.
Not as cool. Just kidding.
No.
Yeah.
I just had Dana, do you have any information on the Sprouts site that kind of been hearing about? Do you guys have any information?
Yeah, so my understanding is Sprouts has been approved to go into the vacant building that's adjacent to Walmart. I think it was formerly occupied maybe by a furniture store, and then
Yeah.
prior to that, maybe Staples in that
Yeah.
area.
Right.
And so they are working on, I think, getting their tenant improvements approved and are planning on going in there soon. There was a news release, I think, that went out about that as well.
Yeah. Sprouts Market grocery store? Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
And I also heard that there's a groundbreaking tomorrow for the Fallas, right? So that's exciting.
Yes, yes,
For the
and so
lofts.
your commission is invited to attend the groundbreaking. It's tomorrow at 11 a.m., so if the commission would like to come to that, you're welcome to. And it is, yeah, it'll be held over by where the construction activity is started by the Old Fallas building.
Yeah, that's awesome. One other, if I may, just a quick plug. This is not city related, but the county of Santa Barbara, we're going to be reconstructing the Bonita School Road Bridge. And so there's a public meeting tomorrow at Bonita School Road, at the school. And just informational for the community. And so I just wanted to mention it for those of you that are not aware. Big project for the county, very large bridge project. And finally seeing some daylight moving forward into the final stages of design and hopefully construction in the next year or two. So just,
Isn't a lot of that like a built-up dike at this point? Is that all
it's
gonna be
exactly
replaced?
what it is. So,
Yeah.
so you cross over, you're on dirt road essentially. You
Yes.
don't even know you're in the riverbed, but you're in the riverbed on dirt above the river, and then you get to a short bridge that's only 300 feet. Well,
Yes.
that's not spanning the whole river because the river's about 2,000 feet wide. So the new bridge will span levee to levee.
No way.
Yeah, so it's only, I think only a few hundred feet shorter than the 101 bridge.
Wow, that's a big project.
So it's a big, definitely a big project for the
How long do
community.
they figure it'll take to make?
To build?
Yeah.
We're going to close the road. We're going to have to close the road because we don't have the right of way to shift the road. But we're hoping to be able to accelerate it and have it done in like 16 to 18 months.
Wow, I was gonna think, I thought about 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to fast track it. We're trying to work with the Army Corps of Engineers to allow us to work in the channel during winter season with a lot of protocol.
Well, and then
in place.
the Fish and Wildlife is gonna get you
Yeah.
on that one too. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, but
That's a lot of dice rolling.
we're trying to accelerate it.
Good
so-
luck on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Just wanted to mention it in case people weren't aware here.
Nice, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And Chair, I have a question for
Yes,
staff
sir.
also. I forgot. Anything with Lassen's? I haven't been by there in a while, but it just got a fence around it. It just, have they applied for anything, done anything? That just,
I bet they're still going through the insurance thing.
yeah, it's just such a sad deal.
We have had contact from an agent representing Lassen's, investigating other locations within the city, and we're doing our best to help
I'm
them.
more concerned with the building. Is it?
The existing building, my understanding is they do intend to demo it at some point and come back in with a replacement structure.
Yeah, because they haven't
It's all
really,
very preliminary, though.
but they haven't really done anything other than, it's just kind of an eyesore at this point.
I'm not sure the timing. My understanding was that the determination from the fire department was just issued not too long ago.
I see.
You know,
Okay.
the one nice thing about it is that they're kind of Johnny on the spot with people tagging the building. So the building had been tagged by graffiti people, and
Well,
they
it
were
was
out there
open or after it burned?
after the burned.
Yeah.
After it burned, and yeah, they were within a few days. They had painted over all of that, so and put up a fence. So.
Just so sad looking.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is sad. I have a quick question for you, and that is, can we have an update on Pearlman, which I understand went through City Council last night?
Yeah, thank you, Chair Dickerson. I neglected to mention that. So yes, the Pearlman apartment project was approved by City Council yesterday evening at their hearing.
Do you know what the vote was?
It was a 4-0. Councilmember Escobedo was absent.
Okay.
And there were some concerns that were raised regarding an adjacent couple of cellular carriers or telecom carriers that are on the existing Union building. And some residents did come and voice their concerns about their views being blocked, kind of similar to the discussion that we had here at the commission. Ultimately, it did move forward with the condition of approval included that your commission recommended. So that's included. It involves early tenant notification specifically for the 14 tenants that are located on that particular side of the building. It's early notification for them and an opportunity for them to apply to live in the new units if they would like to apply to do that, and assistance in doing that as well. And as far as the telecom structures or the facilities go, there will need to be some coordination between the telecom providers and the applicant. But that was really not something that the city would be getting involved with, as the city doesn't regulate that.
And I understand the verbiage on the current tenants on Union for transferring over were to some extent defined by other regulations for the low-income housing and that sort of things. But so it was the best that it could be. Is that basically what we have?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And thank you for all your work on the project as well.
All right. Anything else, or is that it?
That's all that I have from staff, so thank you.
There you go. That was it. It's because, you know, look, did you see her fretting? Did you see? Yeah, I know. I could have done
Okay,
that,
thank
but, you know.
I didn't know. I wasn't aware.
Kathleen was cowering.